Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today is tip 277, and I'm calling it How to Overcome Self-Doubt. Most know that I'm part of the Doc Lead Challenge, and I do group with them today. And what I found interesting is this morning I got up, and I've already walked with my mom, because I always do. And for some reason, I'm having this, I don't feel like I'm 100% on the journey, so to speak. Not that anything major's changed, I'm just having doubts. And I'm like, I can remember always having doubts. And I remember I weigh myself every day. And like I told everyone, I use that just as a tool to keep myself accountable. But for some reason this morning, I'm like, I don't want to weigh myself. And it's not like I ate a lot more yesterday. I ate a couple extra baked eggs, but nothing major. And I'm like, I just got to, do what my pattern is. And when I weighed myself, I'm down. So I'm like, why am I going in these self-doubt circles? And it made me think about how many times in the past have I allowed self-doubt to stop me when maybe we've all heard you're like one step away from an achievement. And the saddest thing is to be one step away from achievement and quit because you thought that it was a failure. And I've had that happen to me a few times where, like I always say, that I use certain tools every single day without emotions just to gauge the journey or to see if I need to do something different. And today it was a good thing I weighed myself because I'm doing well, but for some reason this morning I woke up thinking I wasn't. So I was looking up articles on how to overcome self-doubt, because really that's what it is, and that's what we're all dealing with. And what it kind of talked about is that we need to quiet that inner critic. We all have an inner critic, and self-doubt is usually accompanied by that internal dialogue, like you're not good enough, or you didn't do something right, or you messed up. And I'm like, man, I didn't realize how ingrained that was. And I wonder how many times I was doing successfully on a journey and I just let self-doubt get in the way and gave up when I was this close to succeeding. And so I think that's something I always have to keep in my mind, and all of us in this journey have to keep in our mind, is that that self-talk, or that inner critic, is our worst enemy. We want to just let him go and not pay attention to him. And that was a lot why I did the self-worth or the meditations and the, I say the statements to myself in the morning. I want it to be a good day. I want to have a successful day. I try to set the stage. So that's kind of what, when I was looking up articles on how to overcome self-doubt, that's kind of what it's kind of what it talked about, is that you have to, we have to replace that internal dialogue that is letting us think we failed with an internal dialogue like, you're going to make it, you're going to succeed, you're going to keep pushing forward, you will find whatever you need to keep pushing forward. Like it kind of said, is that you want to recognize when your self-doubt is going down a negative trail and start talking yourself up, that you've got this, things will work out great. If this particular method doesn't work, you'll find another one. You've got a network, you've got mentors, you've got a group of people, you can keep moving forward. So I just thought that was so important to kind of recognize, because I really didn't feel like I was doing so good this morning, and I was like, I'm fine, I'm right on the same path I've always been on. Maybe that's what it is the path has been pretty consistent. It doesn't change a lot. But I think that's important, that we be careful about what our self-talk is. And then we have to be careful about not comparing ourselves. We are all on our own journey. Overcoming self-doubt will be impossible if we don't learn to stop comparing ourselves in an unhealthy way. My journey is very small. They call me the inch-by-inch girl. I lose just ounces every week, which is still consistent. Sometimes maybe I do get disappointed because I want to see big numbers fast. But I can't let that impact me, because that's just not how my journey works. So I have to accept and applaud and be happy that my journey is still moving forward, and not compare myself to other people. And I think that's a big thing for all of us. We need to focus on our accomplishments, not on where we think we tripped up. And I recognize in myself, historically, I've always wanted more and more and more. So I've always seen what was missing instead of what was a success. And I think all of us need to take a minute or two every single day and recognize the progress on our journey, so that we keep that forward momentum, and that we don't fall back into that, what I call the well of circling, not making decisions, paralysis, because you don't know what to do to move forward. I just thought it was so interesting today that I wasn't feeling successful, but then when I did get on the scale, everything is fine. So that self-talk is where the issue is. And in recognizing that my journey won't look like everyone else's. Someone else may lose 3 pounds, 4 pounds in a week. I'm 5 years post-surgical. If I'm losing, that's a good thing. So I guess that's all I wanted to share today, is that we are our own worst critic. And if you put little things into play that are tools that you can use, no matter what, it'll keep you on your journey and maybe help you identify when you're letting your self-talk go down a path that really doesn't match what's actually happening in your life. And today was a good example, because I'm like, I have to weigh in and I wonder if I've lost anything, and I'm fine. I'm totally fine, but my brain went to the wrong place. So self-worth is a big issue for all of us. It's our worst enemy. And just kind of grab some tools, unemotional, and keep them handy so that you remember that you're on a journey, you're taking steps, you're making progress. And that's all you need to do on this journey, is to make progress. Don't compare yourself to someone else, because someone else may be able to lose at a rate 4 times as much as you, or lose at a rate much slower than you. But what you have to just recognize is your body, how you work, and then always look for ways to make your journey better, but never comparing to anyone else. And I just thought that was a good reminder for myself, because sometimes I get in that mode where I want it faster, quicker now, faster, quicker now, faster, quicker now. And I have to accept that I operate in a certain way. So as much as my brain wants to make my body do something different, my body's into a routine that it's just going to follow. So slow and steady is my pace, and that's totally fine. And I just have to overcome any of those little self-doubt things that pop up from time to time. So I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. And remember, talk nice to yourself. If you start to find that little devil that kind of tries to stir the pot, just kind of flip him off. We call him monkey brain. We call him fat filters that you need to shift out. We just call him a nuisance that we need to push to the side. All of us can move forward in amazing ways. And if we let that little voice get in the way, we may actually not recognize a success when it's standing right in front of us. So make sure you recognize the successes and push the little monkey brain and the negative self-talker off to the side. We've all done some amazing things in our lives, and we need to recognize it, move forward, and enjoy the journey. Thank you, and have a beautiful day.